seconds if you need them. Deep breath. Whenever the spirit moves, yeah.
By a show of hands, how many of you have ever seen the Disney movie Moana? Cool. So that movie came about in part because of a renewed awareness of the Polynesian cultural identity. That brings me to this picture, which was taken by Honolulu Magazine in 2017 as this boat, the Hokulea, was returning home from a 3-year voyage around the world.
Ah.
The Star of Gladness, as it is called in English, was built in the 1970s and is largely seen as the kick-starting factor in the Hawaiian cultural identity resurgence movement.
Huh.
I was born in Hawaii, and I grew up listening to stories about what's called the Hawaiian struggle. And to me, this photo symbolizes empowerment, not only because of the history of the boat itself, but also because of its surroundings. So to help you understand a bit about why this picture symbolizes empowerment to me, I'm first going to tell you a bit about its history. So starting in the mid-1800s, American businessmen outlawed a lot of traditional Hawaiian cultural practices as a means of controlling the indigenous population. And even after statehood, the Hawaiians struggled to find their identity because so many of these cultural practices were lost, including things like building boats like the Hokulea. And starting in the 70s, there really started to be this desire to reconnect with your culture, if you were Hawaiian. So a man named Noah Thompson, along with a few others, got together and found a man from a traditional village in Satawal, which is in Polynesia, and they got this man to teach them how to build boats in the traditional way, as well as navigate them without the use of any modern equipment. And since then, they've gone on a few tours to Polynesia and around the world, and around that area. But in 2014, they really wanted to take it to the next level. So they started off on a worldwide trip using no modern navigation techniques, but simply using the navigational knowledge that was available to the Polynesians when they first colonized the islands. And they went on a tour around the world to create a sense of kinship and love with everyone around the world, as well as spread a message of Malama Honua, or loving island earth. So that's a bit about the history of the canoe. Next, I'd like to tell you a bit about why its location is significant. So first of all, it's in Waikiki, or it's off the shores of Waikiki, which is traditionally where the elite or Hawaiian royalty would spend their days. That, coupled with the fact that you have Leahi, or Diamond Head, which is very famous, you may have seen it, in the background, kind of lends itself to this idea that the elite are watching over as the Hokulea is coming back into port. And that is specific, or especially important for the Hawaiian people because they're very spiritual, so they would see the fact that the elite are quote-unquote watching over as very significant. The next thing that I'd like to point out is just the number of people who are surrounding the Hokulea as it's coming into port. Most notably are these outrigger canoes, which were built around the same time as the Hokulea as a means of navigation, and they're very important to the Hawaiian culture. So that's a bit about the location of where this picture was taken. And in conclusion, this picture symbolizes empowerment to me, not only because of the history of the Hokulea itself, but also because of the location where this photo was taken. So next time you see the movie Moana, I hope that this picture comes to mind, and it reminds you a bit about why navigation is important to the Hawaiian people, but also teaches you to remember the value of friendship and malama honua and the Hokulea others.